Popper is one of the most fascinating musical figures of the 19th century. He achieved world quality standard in every field that a cellist can work in. First, he was principal cellist of the orchestra at the Vienna Opera, which is now the Vienna Philharmonic, and the Vienna State Opera Orchestra. And then he left that job as his concert activities as a soloist in actually all over Europe became too much for him to keep it up. And then he was kind of the first really world famous cellist as a soloist. He went to America and he played in England and in Scandinavia and in Russia and all over continental Europe. Only to become what we still know, probably the most important teacher of his time. He accepted a post in Budapest on invitation of Franz Liszt and had a cohort of brilliant students, and of course wrote his famous studies that every cellist has to play nowadays. And finally, he had a last career as a chamber musician, playing with every famous person of the time, starting with Brahms and ending with Huber and all these big name string players and pianists. So he had a rich and varied life, and probably because he was not a very vain person, there is no biography and there is no autobiography and there is no other evidence than his music. And I think something needs to be done about it. I met in the early 2000s, and one of the first pieces we played together was the Popper Suite for two cellos. And in 2007 he came to the festival in Oberneukirchen and we played it there, which is what we hear in the background. And we liked it so much that we actually there decided to play it more often, and we did. And in the years following, had the idea of recording and playing and probably even editing some of the works by Popper that are not played that often, and this is how the whole project started. The first works we sort of dug out were all the suites, not only the two that people frequently play. The suite for two cellos, opus 16, has a second version of it for cello and piano, and that is of course also on this double CD set, which is about to come out. The album was recorded in Schloss Weinberg, north of Linz, and that is one of my favorite places to go to record. It's a castle that has a studio in it, and it's gorgeously beautiful to stay there and to be sort of cut away from the world for a few days and just sit there and work. We did that in December 2012. We went there for 2 days. It spent a wonderful time working on this music. A nice little twist of this recording project is that Alexander Hülshoff plays one of Popper's cellos, the Gancino that Popper owned. So somehow this circle of music closes into the project was Alex's idea, and I'm very, very happy to have met her. She's a wonderful pianist, and it was great to work with her. And she'll hopefully be the pianist for further recordings of this Popper series that we have now started. We're also looking at editing the music and trying to find more of those pieces that are at the moment not available and bring them out and record them with her as well.